Hi everybody, Jo here again. Welcome to another Technique Tuesday. I hope you're keeping well. Today I thought we'd look at these fabulous scenescapes. Now, as you can see, I have got quite a collection of these. Now, I'm sorry that there will be a slight glare because of the plastic wrappers, but look at these. They come in all different shapes, sizes. The pen's got in the way there. And some of them are my favourites, and I've actually got 2 or 3 packets of the same. These are just amazing, and they are a beautiful background. I'm going to move them out because the glare is just annoying me a little, and they are just a fabulous. We're going to use this one today. I'm going to move those out of the way. And these scenescapes from Lavinia are amazing because now this one that we're going to use today is called Spring Blossom. And then I'll explain to you. Look, they are a card. Now you get 4 in each packet. I've already used one. I had a bit of a play and I'll show you what I came up with. And it's 220, look, gram card. And they're just wonderful. I'll pop that back in later. So as I say, this one is called Spring Blossom. And when I had a play with this earlier, what I think is fabulous is I transformed this to this, and I just think how lovely is that, and I just find it amazing. Now there will be a bit of a shine, I'm afraid, but look at that. Who'd have thought? And they're just brilliant to use. So if you're stuck and you haven't got a background, these are great to have in, and not just for beginners but seasoned crafters. I have to say, I just adore using them. So I'm going to show you, I'm going to come up, see if I can do another design like this. It may be similar, it may not be this. You know what I'm like. Don't know about you, but I find it very difficult creating exactly the same thing again. So we'll use the same stamps, but you know. Now this one's got some beautiful writing in the background, so I'm going to be mindful to have it that way. And I've got my VersaFine Clay, my Nocturne, the black to start off with. And I'm going to use our lovely Raven stamp. Now, to start off with, when I was just looking, because I quite fancied the design this way, and I was just using the printed acetate look, and I thought, no, I like her there. So I've almost got this here as an area underneath. I'm going to have my foliage, and I like the idea of having the space around here, around her head. So use your acetate to give you a guide. I always like to mention these things because we have got some lovely new ladies and gentlemen. I got into trouble the other week. I'm sorry, you gentlemen. So if ever I forget you again, I apologise now. But it's always lovely when we have new crafters. So it's a good job you lot keep me on my toes, isn't it? So lots of light tapping. As I say, this is the black. Now, I've just caught a bit here, so I'm just going to get my Inky Binky and just wipe that. Now, I like to stamp at the side, and again, this is just something strange for me, so, and I'm thinking, let's just pop her there. Now, straight down, try not to let your stamp smudge, but if you just pop it straight down, you'll be fine. Now I'm just going to apply pressure. Obviously, she's a silhouette, is our Raven. So you want to let the ink soak into this printed card. Now it is printed card, so you need to be mindful of that. So we'll give her a good bit of a push here, and just a bit of a flex, and then lift up. There we go. And I have to say, I just think that is beautiful. Now, you can do as little or as much as you want to these backgrounds. So I'm going to add a little bit more just to show you. And I'm going to use a stamp I haven't used for a while, and it's the Falling Ivy. So, and what I like about this is I'm going to stamp it coming down. But what does look nice with this stamp, and I'm going to use the black to start off with. And I've just knocked my gel pen, my Posca pen on the floor. I really do need to have a tidy up in my craft room. But do you know what bothers me? I don't know if you're the same. If I tidy up, I can never find anything. But everything is just getting in the way. Now, this stamp is lovely because we can stamp it along the top, look. And again, I'm being mindful to go straight down, a good stamp, and lift up. And then, but it is funny, my crafting space seems to be getting smaller and smaller. I don't know if you're the same. So I do think I need to have a tidy up, but I'm so worried I'm going to lose everything. And we'll have one down here. And then I'm just going to have, and I want to alter the angle of these and the height, the length. I don't want them all the same. And I don't want them uniform across. I think we'll just pop a little one there actually. So I'm just going to go to this side now. But I love, for me, the way the one goes across the top. And then I'm thinking I'm going to have another one close to this. Then just a second generation. We just want to mix it up a bit. Then we'll have a space. And have just a couple of little, and a little second generation there. And then what I'm going to do is just give my stamp a bit of a wipe. And then I want to add some in another colour. And for this, what I did on the original is I looked at my design. I wanted to pick out another colour. So when I got my VersaFine Clair inks, I looked, and the verdant, I think there are, if I bring it closer, can you see? For me, there are areas here that look a bit verdant-like, if there is such a word. So I'm thinking let's have some in the verdant. Now, I know you're going to ask, why didn't I do the lighter colour first? The black I want to be the most important here. And the green, I almost want it to almost go into the background. It's almost an accent. And it's funny, when I show you, I'll lift it up so I can show you. For me, at the end, you can't tell that the green has been stamped secondary, because for some reason the black seems to pop to the front. And I'm just going to add a little bit down here, as though that ivy is just creeping here and here. Now, if I just, you know, I'm not very good at this, but I'll do my best. If I lift it up, can you see that actually that green now looks behind? It's magic, it's trickery. And I think it almost blends into the background, but it's nice because we need it there, if that makes sense. You know, I'm not very good with trying to get things over. I know what I mean. So hopefully you'll appreciate the crafty speak. You'll know what I'm trying to say. So I'm going to pop the lid on that. And I'm going to add some stamping at the base now. And for this one, funny enough, I chose the foxglove. And I just liked the shape. And again, I used my acetate to come in. And again, I wanted to do this in a colour. So when I looked at these, and there's some gorgeous little orbs here. And for me, they reminded me of Warm Breeze. So that's the colour I'm going for. And again, I'm just going to straight down and a good press. And I just want a few. Makes a lovely sound. Did you hear that? A real... Now, it may help. I sometimes hold the card when I'm lifting up. Now, I want an odd number here, because obviously we like our odd numbers, don't we? So we'll pop one there. So there's just a bit of a gap so it doesn't look too... We don't want it uniform. And I've purposely left a little bit of space here, look. And that's because what I'm thinking is, what I did on the original, just drying my stamp, you know, I've got to clean it when I put it away. I'm going to bring this falling ivy in again. I want to bring some stamping in black at the base, just so the whole design looks framed. And it makes it more, you know, I love that word, the Tim Holtz word, a cohesive design. So if we add some of the black ivy at the base, and we just want it so it looks like it's creeping up, you know, like it does ivy. It has a way of creeping round. We'll pop another one just there. And it helps to, because you're putting it at the base, what I might do is actually just pop one right up there, look. So that's creeping up there. And for me, that just helps frame. But what we'll do, we'll just add a couple over here. We added the black, green ivy, didn't we? And if we just add a couple in the black as well, there we go. Now, can you see how that just brings the whole thing together? And what we'll actually do is just pop a little bit there, peeping on, so it looks like that ivy's creeping all the way around. So I'll pop that there, so hopefully you can see the whole design while I just give my ivy. Fabulous stamp, this ivy. And great when you think ivy, very generic, great for men's cards, ladies' cards, a real good filler. And I could just do with a little something here. The beauty of this is the fact that it's just a tree branch, I can add. Now, I did get one of my pound leaf stamps out, but I just fancied adding a bit more colour. So what I did was I got this lovely foliage set, and it's got this beautiful stamp here, and that's what I used on my original. And I'm going to go back for the warm breeze. And because we've got, look, a little almost stem, if I very carefully pop the stem, I can have the stem coming out of here, look. Because we've got those almost naked branches. And again, be careful, straight down and up. And then I'm just going to clean that off a little and just ink up almost the floral part and just add a few little flowers. So again, here where we've got the ivy. So it looks like these flowers are just growing with that ivy as well. Again, I'm just going to wipe the whole stamp and just use the corner of my ink pad to just get a few little flowers. So it looks like they're just right, tiny. Last one. I don't want to overcook it, but there. Yes, I like that. So I'm going to pop the lid on, give it a blot, and then bring it up to show you. So if I bring that up, can you see how those little flowers, and hopefully we've got that lovely design, and we've got the blue making an appearance here, and the black is holding the whole design together. Now what I am going to do is just bring in my Ranger heat tool. Belt and braces, you know me, I don't want to smudge my stamping. Even though I've blotted it, I'm just a bit worried I don't want it to smudge, because this is quite a shiny, as you can see, the light reflects on it, and you have to watch that it doesn't smudge. As I say, VersaFine Clair is a slower drying ink. So what we're going to do is use one of our circle masks to put our raven in a bit of a spotlight. So we're going to go for this one. And again, when I was looking at colour, because we've used the VersaFine Clair, the Warm Breeze, I looked in my elements, and my blue atoll for me is a similar sort of colour. So that's the one I went for. And again, picking up these little little blue dots here, look. So you know me, turn it round, have to do it this way. And I've got my lovely blue atoll brush, and I'm just going to place it there into the ink and into the lid, always into the lid, and always start at the bottom, gentle flicking. And you can see, you can use it as a guide. Look, we are getting some colour there. So that gives me an idea. And I'm slowly going to build it up. Just take it out a little, look. Just move my thumb. I'm hoping you can see. If you can't, I do apologise. And I'm just going to bring that colour almost wispy. So I would always flick out first, and when you've got less ink on your brush, then just brush it round and bring it. Oh, look at that. And I have to say that blue atoll for me works beautifully, and it picks up the lovely blue. So if you're somebody who struggles with colour, the beauty of these scenescapes, they almost guide your hand. They lead you as to what colour tones to use. Now I'm going to add some colour around the edge. So I'm going to start, I always start in the corner, the same colour, and I'm actually just going to flick in the corner and then down the side. And for me, I would always turn your work, make it easy for yourself. And I'm actually just flicking in. I just want to catch the edge, and the brushes are perfect for this. In the corner, and then along the bottom, turn it round. And I can flick up if I want over where the flowers are. And again, this card will take this really well. And it's amazing the difference. I don't know if you can see between the side I've done and the side I haven't. It really does frame it. I will turn it round. More in that corner and up the side. And as I say, I'm literally doing a flicking motion. But I can judge how far in I come and how much ink I want. And again, I just want a little bit at the top. Right, let's have a look. And again, I'm just going to check that I've got it all the way around, and yes, I'm happy with that. So lid on. And I'm just going to wipe my craft mat, because for me, I just want a nice tidy space. Right, so let's have a look. So a couple of finishing tricks. I want to add some colour to her wings and her hair. So I'm going to come in with my Posca pens. Again, ball bearing, so give your pen a shake. And I'm just going to add some yellow for her beautiful locks. And I find the Posca works so well on here. And then I want to add some on here. Now this, I'm actually going to do a bit of a cheat. So I've put some Posca on, and then I'm just going to get my brush, which is in water, and I'm going to watercolour paint with my Posca. Now again, I could have put my Posca. The other way to do it is get yourself one of your blocks and just put some Posca on your block, look, and come in and paint. And it's a little bit thicker this way. I just found, because I want to see what's going on underneath, see what I mean? It was better to add more water and really watercolour paint with it. But it's a beautiful way, look, and you can just come in and paint. And if you want to add a little bit of highlight, look, on here, 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 you can just do that. And it's just a beautiful way of adding colour. Now for those highlights, we will come in with the white of our Posca, and I just want to add a little bit on her hat. I don't want to overcook it, a little bit on her shoulder. little bit on here. Like I say, just a couple on a couple of these. Don't want over. Like I say, we'll have a couple on there, a couple on here. But I don't want to overdo it. I think for me, I'm going to leave it there. Maybe just a couple tiny on the tops. I always do this. Do you do this? I go, oh, I'm going to stop, and then I don't. But what I do want to do is I want to add some splats. And when I was looking at my pens, in my lovely sparkle pens, I do love these Posca Sparkle, there's my red, and I thought, well, that'll tie in with the red I used for the wings. So I'm just going to add some little splats. And just around here. And then a few at the base. And again, I don't want to overdo it, but because we've got the beautiful almost circles and orbs in the background, I think the red just ties it all together. And again, obviously, once you've done that, you need a quick wipe up, because obviously those Posca splats just get everywhere, don't they? And then the last thing I did was added a sentiment. And I've got all my packets of sentiment stickers, our journal stickers. Now, on my original look, which I'll bring in, we've got the, and again, I'm sorry about the reflection, Fairy Wishes and Angel Kisses. And I think that goes lovely with our fairy. But I just want to put a different one on this. Isn't it funny how different it looks with the white behind? So what shall I put? But that's the trouble, isn't it? I should just put the same thing, but I'm not. I'm going to put Good Times Ahead. Because do you know what? It takes me so long because I love them so much. Now, as always, I just pop a sentiment on my scissors. Now, I've got that, but you see, I can look. Would I like it up there? No, I definitely like it down here. Maybe I could have, I'm going to offset this one to this side. And I find it easier to move it round. But I'm thinking, so I want the corner down first. So I'm going to pop the corner there. And then, and I'm being mindful because my Posca's still wet. So look, I'm just going to use my scissors just to, until my Posca's dry. But there we have our two. And I'm hoping I can just try and move a bit of the glare. Might have gone a bit dark, but I'm trying to move that glare for you. So that's just these beautiful, and as I say, we started off with our lovely scenescape. So from that to that, in literally what, maybe 20 minutes? So these are fabulous. Do check them out. They're all on the website. And I'm hoping you have a go at this. And again, she is fabulous. Raven is fabulous. You can, at Christmas, you can put a little Christmas hat on. I mean, she's just so versatile. And have you used the ivy? It's such a fabulous stamp to use. Anyway, I go on. My lovely friend Lisa did tell me the other day, when it's time to say goodbye, I keep talking, and do you know what? She's right, I do. So I'm going to stop. I'm going to say love to all. You take care, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.